like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. So I'll be going to watch Thor Love and Thunder tonight and have my review up on that tomorrow. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do movie and entertainment news, TV and movie reviews, just that kind of stuff. Channel trailer up there if you want to check it out. But I'm going to be doing a review on The Boys Season 3 in its entirety. Spoilers, I'm not going to do scene by scene breakdowns or talk about all the stuff because there's a lot of great dialogue and a lot of stuff in there that I could highlight. But that would be an incredibly long, exhausting video to highlight everything positive and negative and to address the entire season. I mean, some people, when they do breakdowns of shows, they literally break it down scene by scene. It's just like, well, why the hell don't I just watch the show then if you're just going to recap everything that happened? Previously on Asphalt, shit happened.
Well, it just so happens.
The season is pretty much Soldier Boy was Homelander before there was a Homelander, and we need to find out what killed him. But we find out nothing killed him because he's still alive. He's been contained. But Soldier Boy can kill anybody and take away their, not only kill them, but take away their powers.
I warned you.
He wanted payback on his team payback, so they made a deal with him. They took some V, made themselves soups, leveled the playing field, joined up with Soldier Boy to get revenge on his team, which meant, in agreement, he has to kill Homelander for them. And there's just so many interesting things that could have happened that didn't get to happen.
I'd raised you. I could have made you better. You're a fucking disappointment.
Let's talk about episodes 7 and 8, the positives, because I didn't review those episodes. Now, Herogasm to me was the best episode of the season. It's where they blew their load.
Damn it. Oh shit! Lick it up, you yummy brown bear.
That's the climax. That's the ultimate episode, because the showdown between Butcher, Hughie, and Homelander, it doesn't get better than that. Unfortunately, it doesn't get better than that. But there are a lot of positives this season. I mean, just episode 7, 8. Soldier Boy is a no-nonsense kind of guy. He gets the job done. Even though people insinuate that he's a fraud, you get these little glimpses and pieces of information that he may be a fraud. But when it comes time to action, like him just blowing someone's brains out on the side of the road, insisting that it's his former teammate controlling them, that you can't trust nobody. And he wasn't wrong. Just how far he's willing to go, how far he's willing to take it. I was not shocked or surprised at all when they revealed Homelander is actually his son. I wasn't surprised by that at all. When it came to certain other aspects, Newman passing Homelander information, Newman and Homelander choosing to work together, that one caught me off a little bit off guard, but I guess I should have seen it coming due to the Stan Edgar situation and Homelander taking over Vought this season, letting a bit more of his personality slip out in the public. Those were great little pieces of growth. He's gradually coming more and more out into the open, closer to showing the world just how hardcore and villainous he can be. And that's really what I want to see. I want to see him just completely lose it, like Ashley, who's ripped all of her hair out as revealed under the wig. There's barely any hair left on her head. Starlight this season was not really an interesting character. She was the moral compass, but she was interesting when she started doing things similar to Homelander, but in the opposite direction. I mean, Vought, Stan Edgar, you're taking your company is just being, man, these two did a number on it. And those things were interesting to see. Starlight exposing Vought and Homelander to the public a bit more and more. That was great stuff. But Hughie thinking he can work from within the system, then deciding, you know what? I'm wrong. The system's corrupt. I can't work it. I have to go outside of it. That was that was a surprise from Hughie. And for him to sort of come to the end where they're using all these, pumping themselves up with V and getting these powers, resulting in some hilarious and hardcore stuff, but to find out that it's fatal near the end of the season, and him to finally decide to not use it. You see real growth through their character arcs. Butcher, ready to throw Hughie under the bus, and then last minute change, showing there's still good in him. He's not going to throw Hughie under the bus. The Deep is the one that's I'm still not sure on that one. It's certainly entertaining, very entertaining, but don't know what the hell they're doing with that guy or where it's going. But it is some of the best stuff in the season when they have him on screen. And as for Mother's Milk, I felt like he got a really, really substantial arc this season, and that he got closure. Not exactly 100% closure, but I do like the way they played that out for Mother's Milk and how you could wrap that all up. A-Train had a pretty strong compelling. You finally get to see him apologize to Hughie this season and all that. But were there a lot of great, interesting, funny, hilarious things this season? Certainly entertaining. There's also, this show's satire, parody, and it does great making fun of big corporations like Disney with the whole LGBT stuff, and that little news thing when it was thought that Maeve was dead. They had to say, oh, she's a lesbian, and talking about things that are supposed to honor her. But I mean, if a straight person had died, this is the reality of big companies and corporations and all that. They'll point out that, oh, the lesbian. But if it was a straight person, they're not going to say it was a straight person. But it might say somebody had a family and all that. But to say a lesbian, just that stuff, little touches like that are hilarious to me. But when it comes to the whole Black Lives Matter stuff, instead of it being satire or funny, they kind of really dramatized it where it's like the show forgot it was a parody. And they do this every now and then with certain things. They get a little bit too close to reality, and the entertainment value isn't as great as it could be, because then you feel like you're just watching the news or some crap. So, there are negatives. Soldier Boy survives, kept by the government, in a disappointing climax where we didn't get Soldier Boy versus Homelander, or a surprise like Soldier Boy teams up with Homelander and betrays Butcher and them. But it's really funny to see him like call Homelander a pussy, because Homelander's all sad and he's got his son there, and it's like family reunion, grandfather, son, and grandson, like just the whole family right there. He's just ready to do away with them both. Soldier Boy's ready to do away with them both because he considers Homelander a pansy. And like, I wished I raised you so you wouldn't turn out a little bitch, is pretty much the way he explains it. And the smirk from Butcher, like, when this is coming down on him, like, that was real quality shit right there. Oh, man. But, like I said, there are some negatives.
Made you better. You're a fucking disappointment.
So the negatives on this one, I mean, the season in particular, it really promised this Soldier Boy versus Homelander thing, or at least some kind of big climactic finish. But I feel like we climaxed at Hero Gasm. Seriously, and that's where the big showdown was, where everybody fought. You got Butcher finally on Homelander's level. But here in episode 7 and 8, it just really fizzles out. The things they do feel like a complete cop-out. Starting with A-Train, he had a really, really interesting arc. Over the course of the show, he's had an interesting arc. But to have him get a heart transplant from killing, that was a surprising twist for me. Yeah, to have him get a heart transplant from Blue Hawk and survive that just to get disowned by his brother, and then set on a couch like the Deep as what? Homelander's bitch? What's he gonna do now? Because I felt like that was a really great missed opportunity for this character to truly, truly redeem themselves. To have him die killing Blue Hawk, and not the narrative be that, oh, he did this for revenge or whatever, that he did this because this dude was terrorizing black neighborhoods. To have somebody come to his brother and explain that to him, that he did that to stop him from, he sacrificed himself to save the black neighborhoods that he supposedly didn't care about, that he finally did something that wasn't selfish, and he died that way. That would have been a really great conclusion for that character. Whatever they do with him now, it better be twice as good. Because him sitting around being Homelander's bitch, that doesn't sit well with me. I feel like this season of The Boys copped out on several character deaths. And then did things that made no sense, like killing Black Noir. I wasn't particularly fond of these cartoon characters he talks to, or because when this show started, he was so interesting, so mysterious, and it just made him intriguing. He was there to keep Homelander in check too. So the idea that Homelander is just gonna rip his guts out like that and be done with it, it's a little disappointing. It's within Homelander's character to do to pretty much his best friend, his only trusted ally, but it's just a really disappointing end for that character. They went through all that trouble to poison with almonds. I don't like them just tossing that character out like that. This season was really building up to Soldier Boy checking another off the list, checking another off the list, and the final one was the most dangerous one. It would have been great to see them two go toe to toe. But instead, Homelander rips his guts out. Really disappointing. Queen Maeve. It would have been really great to have her actually die sacrificing herself after saying things like, I'm not a hero. To have her die saving the day as she did, tackling Soldier Boy out the window of Vought and falling all these stories down to explode in the middle of the air. Somehow she survived the fall, her powers being taken away, and now she just goes off to live a normal life.
Gargle my ballsack.
But it was another really disappointing missed opportunity that would have been a perfect conclusion for this character. She got to get her hits in on Homelander, make him bleed.
And not some weak, sniveling pussy starved for attention.
The season really came prematurely. It's really disappointing to not get that Soldier Boy Homelander final fight where they fight to the death, or to have Soldier Boy ultimately decide, you know what? This guy's my son. I'm a man out of time. This is something for me to cling to. To join up with Homelander, there are so many better ways this could have gone. But for him to go on about his dad, open up about his dad, and then act exactly like his dad, I thought that was funny. I thought that was within character. And they stuck to their guns, not making him a softie. But there's still so many more interesting things you could have done with this, with the way all this was building up expectations. I feel like they blew their load on Herogasm. Frenchie and Kimiko are unnecessary. I enjoyed their relationship, but one of the surprises to me that I didn't take too kindly to is that they're gonna have more of a brother and sister relationship. That's the way I interpreted it with what Kimiko said to him. I just feel like these characters weren't used to their full potential this season, and they were kind of just taking up screen time for more important things. Overall, I would give this season a 7 out of 10. It's not as good as season 1. It's not as bad as season 2. It's funny. It's got action. It's got all kinds of things that you could go for. Really unusual things. But it does have its flaws. Character arcs don't pay off in a way that would be more meaningful. And though it's satire, a parody, a mockumentary of our society, sometimes it does dramatize those things, take them a little bit too straightforward, whereas they should be dramatizing the stuff that's personal to the character, stuff that happens to the characters themselves, rather than things from our own society. Those things they should be poking fun of. But that's my opinion. Other people see it different ways. To each their own. Let me know how you like this season. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you disappointed by the final? By the finale? What'd you think of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos.